Bonjour, everyone. Hi, this is Neshi Lokotz. Welcome to Star Nations Organization's main fan page right here at Facebook, where I do a daily live stream around the Oracle card or the Divination card that I draw in the morning. And that card is really all about the information or the energy that's flowing today for our highest good. What's important for us to know about our soul growth for today, right? And yeah, and so that sparks a spiritual conversation here, and one that I really enjoy, and also spending time with the Star Nations community. I love it. So welcome. And today is Thursday, March 28th, and I do believe today is when Mercury goes direct. Yay! It's been a long month, hasn't it? Especially the last few days. Was kind of a challenge. Before we actually get started in sharing information and all of that, I'm going to like the broadcast, the live stream, and also share it. And I would invite you to also do the same. It just helps us to be found much easier in the news feed. And, you know, for those people who might be searching for this kind of information or this kind of conversation. And so I'm going to do that right now. I'm using my phone. There we go. And we're going to share it. I'm going to share it over to my news feed, so my friends know that I'm live streaming. And then to please join me. And I think we're going to put on a emoticon in there too. Here we go. There we go. I haven't done that in a while. And let's see, I think I'm going to share it over to some of the groups too, because Stephanie, who usually does the sharing for us, she was having some medical procedures done today, or at least one. And so she's probably home, and she might be listening, but she's not in any condition to work this afternoon. So I am going to share it over to the groups. And we're going to do the radio network. Oops. I need to do it that way. Oh, well, we'll have to do it twice. I don't know why it did it that way. Live streaming. And to please join me. There we go. And we'll send that one. And then I thought I could do it to both of them at the same time, but I'm wondering, I think on Facebook did some updates or something. Yeah. I think I did. All right. And then we're sending it over to the Academy. And just asking them to please join. There we go. There. Took a little bit longer than usual, but because when I usually do the share to the groups, it comes up and I get to write the message, and then I get to pick whichever groups I want it to go to. And this time it only gave me the choice of, I picked one and I had to send that one, and I had to do one at a time. Facebook. Just when you think you understand it, and they go ahead and change something. I did read something the other day. Somebody was doing a free class on it, all the changes that's coming up for Facebook in the next few months. And I was going to try to jump on that one, but it was during the time frame when I was producing a show. That's all right. I'll catch the replay on it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to turn down my sound. And there. That's great. All right, let's see who's in the chat before we start talking about stuff. And here's Julie. Hello, Julie Shumway Hill. It's always good to see you in the chat. Julie and I go way back. We go way back. We've known each other since probably first grade. That's a long time. That's a long time. But, present day, Julie and Yvette, Julie and Neshi, Julie is really being a big help to me. She is our Star Nations Academy manager. And yeah, so we get to know each other in a completely different way and work on spiritual stuff together. How much fun is that, right? And hey, Rob's here too. Hello, Rob. I don't want to be found. I'm hiding. I know. But you know what? We can find you. There's a whole bunch of us that can find you. You can run, but you can't hide, Rob. Rob says, don't tell anyone I'm here. I'm hoping to slip away before something else breaks. Okay. Shh. Quietly. Hello, Valerie. Good to have you here too. It's always good to see you in the chat. Today is Thursday, and actually, you guys, today is actually kind of my Friday, because I won't be doing a live stream tomorrow. All right, I need to take tomorrow off because another longtime friend, Marley, she is our bookkeeper here at Star Nations. She's coming in again. We're finishing up 2018 books, and to be able to finish up the tax piece too. So I have to make myself available to her most of the day tomorrow. And yeah, so wish me luck. It's all bookkeeping stuff. When I'd rather be doing this or working on the magazine or something, I have to actually sit down and, yeah, you know what that's like. That's why I have Marley helping me, because she just loves that kind of work. And yeah. So she's taking the lead on the bookkeeping, and so I have to make myself available to her. So tomorrow, Friday, we won't have a daily live stream. I'll be back on Saturday. Okay, so you just want to kind of stick that bookmark in your laptop or your telephone, and we'll get together on Saturday. Yeah. Good luck, Joe Kagan. Thank you, Rob. I know you mean it with all your heart. And Bobby's here. Hello, newer friend. Hi. I won't say anything, Rob. Yeah, we'll try to keep your public secret. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. So, and the thing is that Rob, you can't hide here. I mean, not amongst friends like this anyway. Because we're not hiding our gifts anymore. And if you're good at fixing stuff, then you're good at fixing stuff. But if you want to take a break and hang out with us, I say all the more power to you, right? Right? All the more power to you. You watch Little House? Okay. Things I didn't know. And Tanya's here too. Hello, Tanya. She goes, I hope everyone is having a thankful Thursday. Yeah. And this show has got to be just a little bit shorter than usual too, because, we have Angel Therapy with Maureen Mann coming up right behind us. And I want to give you guys enough a chance to make sure that, you have to run to the bathroom, you have to grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, something to drink, and hopefully come back and jump into the chat room with Maureen. But I have to also give myself about 10 minutes, not quite, to be able to break everything down here, pack everything up, head back down to the house, because Mom, I haven't talked to you guys about Mom in a while. She's doing okay. She is, for 99 or close to be 100. She's just a couple months away. June, she'll be 100. And today is one of those days. Yeah, she's just kind of unsteady on her feet, and I want to say her muscles are weak. It's not because she's dizzy or anything like that. No, it's just that her muscles are weak, and I just don't want to leave her alone for 2 hours. I'd stay up here and watch Maureen's show from here, but I'm going to head back down to the house and get my laptop set up there, and so that I can kind of monitor Mom at the same time. So we're going to be ending about 10 minutes early. Okay. Yeah. See if I can fit in 2 reverse cards in 10 minutes. Or can I ask? I tell you what, my spiritual team is fully here, present, standing very close to me, because I told them, I said, I know this information is very important, and we have a shorter time frame. So help me to do the best I can in delivering the message and the information, and to be able to fit it all in comfortably, right, in the time that we have. Yeah. All right. Hello, Gina. Oh, it's good to have you here, Gina. And Rob says, oops, sorry. I'm fixing enough broken stuff. Anyone here know Active Directory? No. Can't say that I do. Hi, Pat. Good to have you here. Happy Thursday. Yeah. Yep, Gina, she's 99. Mm-hmm. Yep. I hope all is well. It's as good as it can be. She really is, for her age. She's doing quite well. She's still ambulatory. She can walk on her. Well, I don't want to say on her own. She's got a walker, and on days like this, she needs me a little bit more often. Mentally, she's doing really well. Her short-term memory isn't as what it used to be. So, she might forget things that happened yesterday, the day before, or they have a vague memory of it, and it's like, oh yeah, we talk about it and I'll start coming back to her. She'll go, oh yeah. But you ask her about 20, 30, 50 years ago and she's on it. Talk to her about politics and, yeah. And she says, at my age, I don't have to play nice. I can tell people exactly what I think about, who. So she politics and baseball. She's very happy being able to watch the opening day for the Brewers today. So she watches them avidly, right? Although these days I have to actually remind her. Last summer she missed more than half the games because she forgot. And so I promised her this year, this baseball season, I'll try to remember to let you know when they're playing. Yeah, so she doesn't miss a game. Barbie saying, kudos to you. It's not easy to raise parents. You're kidding there. Barbie, you aren't kidding. And if anybody knows, Barbie knows. Yep, you know exactly what I'm going through, don't you? Gina says, that's so amazing, so blessed. Yeah, it really is. Been there, done that. Yep, I know. You did a good job too, Barbie. You really did. You gave it your all. And now you get to start your life in the way that you want it done this time, right? And happiness. You did. It came from your heart. You did what you did for your parents from your heart, and now it's your time is here now, right? Yeah. And Rob is saying, send her to Washington. She can start out the government. She would love to do that. Let me tell you, she would love to do that, and she would also like to be a general manager for a baseball team. She's been watching and playing baseball since she was, I don't know, 8 years old. Something like that. Rob is saying, me, an American League guy. Viva la Tigres. Oh my gosh. I'm not going there. Around here, you talk sports is like talking politics. Yeah. You don't do it. Because I live on the edge. Literally, I live on the edge of Packer fans and Viking fans. That's how close I am to Minnesota. The Minnesota state line is about 45 minutes away. Yeah. So yeah, we don't talk about football. You never know which fan you're talking to. All right. So today's cards. Now, if I would have had a camera watching me do this card draw this morning, maybe I should do that someday. Maybe we should wait and just draw the card right on live, right? That would be interesting. All right, so I'm shuffling. I had asked my team to come in. We stated the intention, which is, please show me the energy, the information that's most important for us to know about today, for our soul growth, for our highest good and the highest good of all, and that we can share, right? So I'm shuffling. And on the third shuffle, these two cards jump out at the same time, and they land on the table face up in the reverse position. And I stood there for a minute. It's like, really? Really? So which one's in the first position? And I'll show you what it is. So here we got 2 cards in reverse. So here is a good thing, is that if you haven't done your grounding today, please take a moment to ground to Grandmother Earth, okay? Because we're taking in a lot of information in these cards in a short period of time, in like 30 minutes, okay? And they're in the reverse. And sometimes it's harder for our mental mind to accept the information in the reverse, okay? So, deep breath. Please take a moment to ground if you haven't done so today yet, okay? And I'm going to give you a moment. I'll talk about something else while you guys are grounding. It doesn't take long. It just takes a few minutes. All right. So anyway, the cards came and I stood there for a second and looked at them. And then I took my pendulum out and I dowsed on which card was going to be in the primary position, right? And yeah. And when I got to the cards, because we've had these cards before, and especially the second one, the water dragon. So you know it's going to be a lot about deep emotion. The water dragon has shown up in the last week, 4 times? So you know that this information, that Spirit is really, really trying to get this point across to us, that it's important. But the water dragon today is in the second position. Okay, so the message is still there, but she's backing up the first card, helping us to understand that, okay? Yeah. All right. I'm going to double check the Gaelic pronunciation. That's what I thought. Okay. So here's the first card. Hello, Rochelle. Rochelle just jumped in. Rochelle, I know that you're grounded, right? Be grounded. If you haven't, please do so right now. All right? Because we got 2 cards in the reverse. All right. So take a moment if you haven't done it already. All right, here we go. Here's the first card. This is Bull, Tarbh in Gaelic, and he's in the reverse. So, take a deep breath in, and as you're exhaling, just take in the image. Just take in the image. Just noticing it. Your soul, your higher self, will take care of all the rest. All you have to do is take in the image. Okay? And all the information that this card is meant for you, you're already downloading. Your mental mind, just relax. We'll get to you. We'll help that energy reach you. Your mental mind. Okay? Just taking it in the reverse. The words associated with Tarbh, with Bull, is wealth, potency, and good medicine, good vibrations, good energy. Okay? All right. And the card shows a bull roaring. Here, I was going to show it to you. I was going to show it to you right side up. Can't. Sorry. I was just going to show it to you, and my team says, nope, got to hold it up there upside down. Okay. The card shows a bull roaring with 3 cranes circling in the air above and with the leaves of a willow tree in the foreground. The cranes in the card remind us that although the bull is an animal representing earth, He is also linked with the sky and the heavens. Tarbh mediates the influence of Tyrannus, the Jupiter-like god of the Druids, whose good graces and expansiveness can bring you the opportunity for a rich and abundant life. The bull is a symbol of wealth, and as it's auspicious to draw this card when considering financial matters. The bull represents fertility, potency, abundance, prosperity, and these things can sometimes take a while to achieve. But remember that the ancient ones were wise enough to understand that true wealth is to be found in the heart and in the soul first. Drawn in reverse, this card may indicate that you are having difficulty in feeling motivated. There is no animal more stubborn than a bull who refuses to move. And it may be important for you to look at the roots of your lack of motivation. You may be making more of a choice about life than you believe. You may also need to ask yourself whether you're sufficiently sensitive to others' needs. Do you perhaps act like a bull in a china shop when confronted with situations? A bull's power, when harnessed or channeled, can be awesome, but when a bull is maddened, he can become dangerous. You may need to attend to the way in which you react under provocation, the way in which you might be tempted to use your personal power or your power over others. Okay. So looking at this and now knowing what the card holds, the energy that it holds, the essence. Is that bull can bring us so many good things in abundance. But when it's in the reverse, we have to be really aware of how we react to situations that make us angry, upset us. So just for the moment, okay, because being honest with ourselves, you don't have to share it if you don't want to, but being honest with ourselves when we're upset, okay, and we're angry, somebody has said or done something, right, to provoke us. What's the first thing that we do? What's the first thing that we present to that other person or persons, right? Because if you're angry, chances are you're going to strike, right? You're going to, maybe physically, hopefully not, but it's possible that it's going to be with your words. Most definitely with your thoughts, right? And it also depends, I think, on whether or not you're balanced, grounded, protected. When you're balanced and grounded, and you have one of these shocks, when somebody is bringing a life lesson to you in that provocation, when you're grounded, you can actually see, oh, wait, there's an opportunity here. What can I do with this? When am I supposed to learn about this? When we're not grounded, when we're not balanced, it's really easy to get pulled into the drama end of it, the lower vibrational end of it, right? Yeah. And, there's one piece in here that really kind of stuck out to me. It was, you may need to attend to the way in which you react under provocation and the way that in which you might be tempted to use your personal power or power over others, right? When you're upset, when you've been provoked. And so knowledge is power, they say, right? And so you can use your knowledge against them in a bad way. That's bad medicine, by the way. Yeah. When you use your gifts, when you use your skills, when you use your talent to inflict to someone else, that's bad medicine, even though they may have done the provoking. Even though. So when you're angry, when you're upset, when you feel that you have been hurt, being honest with yourself. How do you treat that other person? Now, you might actually do it directly to them, or you may be passive aggressive and go around them and, talk about them, or, yeah. So in the reverse means that, he brings so much good stuff, but when it's not that, when you're angry, when you're maddened, the mad cow, the mad bull, when you see red, right? Isn't that what's attached to the bull? When they see red and how upset they are, and they attack. So is that something that you've done or that you do? Some of this is about our soul growth. It's about our maturation. Okay. Yeah. Because usually when we reach out that way, a lot of times it's our inner child that's wounded, that's hurt. And so that inner child is going to act out, right? Yeah. Yeah. And so I think this brings about today an opportunity to be able to do that self-reflection and say, and being honest with yourself and say, yeah, I do that. I have done that. And being a triple fire, I am a triple Sagittarian. And it took me decades to be able to take that provocation and not turn around and use the fire. Yeah. Is to sit back and say, okay, what's really going on here? Really? Is this really okay? So what's the best way that I can handle this? And still be in my integrity, still come across as a person that is reacting from my heart in a balanced way. How do I do that? And I'm talking to my spiritual team. Because in my 20s and my 30s, I wasn't talking to my spiritual team. I was reacting. And so, yeah. So it's the words. And we have to remember too that our words are sacred because it has our breath behind it. And our thoughts, right? We've talked about our thoughts before, that if you think it, you may as well say it because it's already out there. So hitting that delete button even at the thought rather than waiting till you say it, I suppose, is even better. Yeah. This particular card is when we get it upright. When we get it upright, it can bring a whole lot of prosperity and abundance in so many ways, so many blessings, right? When it's in the reverse, there's still blessings there. There's still blessings there, but it also means that we get an abundance of the other. So we have to be responsible for our own actions. God, there's consequences, right? Yeah, there's consequences. When I was producing Polly Joe's show last night, and in the card draws, many of you were in the chat last night too. There was a lot of cards about feeling badly about what you may have done or said to someone else. There was a lot of swords and wands and the cups about emotion. Yeah, and it was really about how you're feeling about the consequences from the week before, because the week before there was a lot of cards about conflict. Conflict. Yeah. And this week there was a lot of cards about, taking the consequences for that. And some people feeling guilty about what they had said or what they had done. And so with this card, I think we're being shown that we have to be careful. We have to be careful with our how we express our upset and our anger, our emotions that way. Because, I am really not about repression at all or suppression of our emotions, but to be able to learn or to find a way to express them in a positive way, or as positive as you can, right? Yeah, because in the repression, that only leads to all kinds of other stuff that we really don't want nor need. Yeah. And so Pat is saying these cards are perfect for today. No surprise. When I first looked at Bull, I felt a buzzing at my third eye. That's right. That's right. Thanks for sharing that, Pat. And I was going to flip the card around so you guys could really see what the Bull, and it was like, no, they need to really take it. And I had to hold it up there a lot longer to really take in as many ways as you're open to take in the information, the vibration of it in the reverse, right? And the part of us that struggles against that is our mental mind, because we're trying to make out literally heads or tails of it. I tell you what, sometimes my spiritual team, they have such a sense of humor because they're showing me the head and the tail, like the heads and tails of it. Yeah. And Rob is saying they are actually colorblind to red. It's the matador's motion that provoked. That's true. That's true. Okay, so with that, Rob, think about what you just said. That it's not the color that they see, that they're reacting to. It's the motion of the person, of the two-legged, right? And that's what we're talking about right now, is that our reaction to someone else's motion or emotion. And Rob is saying, if you wake up and say, I'm thinking I'm going to go down 5th Street and commit a mortal sin, save your cab fare, man, you did it. George Carlin. Yeah, that's right. If you thought it, it's already in your vibrational field. Have you ever been with anybody that you feel like they're reading your mind? It's like, wait a minute, I was just going to say that, or I was just thinking that. It's because it's already in your vibrational field. If you thought it, it's already in your vibrational field. And so they're feeling it, they're sensing it, they're picking it up already. And so that's why we have to be mindful of our thoughts, right? A good friend of mine from my feng shui days, Deborah, she lives out in British Columbia. I tell you, such an intuitive. She'd be sitting next to me in circle. And sometimes every morning we had to start out the day in expressing a word that would describe how we're feeling, just one word. And I would have this word in my mind, and she'd sitting, when you're in circle, we're going clockwise. So when it came to her, she was first, and so she would say my word every single time. And I kind of looked at her once. I said, stop that. Stop it. Get on my head. And she goes, what? I said, every single time you said my word. So what I learned, if she sat down next to me, I would be thinking about and picturing all kinds of other stuff, things that were really pleasant and peaceful and, beautiful sunrises, sunsets, roses, things that I just love. And so then it would come to me for the word, and literally it was spontaneous. So she had to think of, yeah, there are people out there like that. In fact, you might be even one of them. A lot of empaths are, because we're feeling their emotions around the word, and so we can pick up the word or the meaning of it through their vibrational field. Yeah. Yeah, Judy's saying for every action there is a reaction. Yes, there is. That's a universal law, isn't it? Yes, there is. So we have a choice, though. We have a choice in what the action is, right? Yeah. So when we're looking or sensing the emotion around anger, a maddened bull, a bull in a china shop, a bull being provoked, and how do we treat the provoker? Or it might not even be the provoker. It could be just, innocent bystanders, right? And the thing is that we can't really say, that's not what I meant, or that I didn't mean it that way, because it was out of your mouth, right? My mom used to say to me, be careful of what you say, because sometimes sorry just doesn't take away the hurt. Be careful what you say, how you say it, because sometimes a sorry just doesn't cut it. That you have to make amends that's more than just words, that it actually takes action behind them. So if you truly are apologetic, that it's heartfelt, and that you follow that up with action, so that you have clear communication, right? Yeah. So bull in the reverse. Rochelle is saying, Deb and I do that all the time, reading each other's thoughts. Yeah, that's because you're in each other's, physically, you're in each other's field. And you guys have been friends for a long time, too. That helps a lot, too. All right, so here we go. We're going to start the second one. Oop, deep breath in. Nice big deep breath in, because here she comes. This is the water dragon, Draig-uisge, meaning passion, depth, and connection. Now, we've had water dragon multiple times, in the reverse at least once. This will be our second time. So Spirit really, really wants us to take this one in. It's really important, because the message that the water dragon has been bringing to us is that it's a primordial creature. It says that water dragon brings that which is hidden into the light of day. Memories and wishes which may have long lain forgotten or repressed in the unconsciousness may emerge to frighten or overwhelm you with their apparent negativity or destructiveness. Facing these experiences with compassion and courage will in the end bring you to an experience of a greater depth of soul and a greater sense of connectedness to all life. Although you may feel sometimes overwhelmed with emotion, with time you will be able to achieve a sense of balance and stability as these strong feelings are integrated in your consciousness. Okay? And so with this, the original message that Water Dragon brought to us was that about it being a primordial being, and that going all the way back to our roots, to our ancestral beginnings, that there's an emotion, there's a conflict, there's an emotion, a traumatic emotion that is ancestral, coming down your lineage, generation after generation after generation. and that you have the opportunity or the ability to be able to heal that traumatic happening back then, today, and being that disruptor of that cycle. But that would mean that you have to go into the depths and to locate it at its root so that you can heal it, release it, garner the wisdom from it, right? And that you are changing your generational lineage. You're healing it. So your ancestors are affected by that, and your descendants don't have to worry about that anymore. For them, it would be like one of those, it's not even a dream. It's not even in their awareness anymore. Okay? Yeah. Drawn in the reverse, the card warns us to approach an exploration of our psyche and our past with caution. The conscious self can absorb the impact of only a limited amount of repressed or unconscious material being released into awareness. It is wise to work fractionally, little by little, to integrate unconscious material into the consciousness. It's often best for healing and wholeness to be achieved slowly. Okay, now this is just a reminder for those who've made the decision to make this quest, this soul journey. The Celtic call it an imam, which is soul's journey, a quest. And you're searching for that root of that emotional trauma so that you can heal it. The water dragon is saying, in the reverse, is saying, take it slow. Take it slow. Take it one piece at a time. Because in order to completely heal it, we have to go through all four bodies, right? The mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical, for it to be completely healed. And so when you get a piece that you're healing and you do the healing work, right, piece by piece, slowly, is to take the time, that integration time, to be able to really take it in and do the adjustment before going on to the next. Okay. And I think that with this particular card coming in the second position, supporting the first card, it's a reminder to us that emotion that we're doing this soul work, because for those of you that have made the decision that, yes, I want to do this, the wisdom that you gain from it is going to be huge. It's going to be life-changing kind of stuff, right? You're going to change your vibration, which means that you're going to make a big step in your soul growth. And I believe Spirit is saying, yes, do the work, go deep, but go slow. So you don't want to throw yourself into a healing crisis, right? Go slow. And you ask for help. You're asking your spiritual team. You're asking other healers, asking your team to bring you the healer that can help you the most or the best with this. So you're not by yourself by any stretch, but to go slow. Okay, so here we go. We're going to look. Now, you might want to take a big, deep breath in. Okay, and take in the energy, the spirit of both of these powerful beings that have come to visit us, to help us. And take in what they're bringing us together. Okay? So we know that whatever emotional trauma that occurred in our ancestral line somewhere at the root was emotional, and it had been a conflict. We've been given that information in past cards. And the bull is letting us know that there is a lot of intense emotion around this possibly a lot of anger. I keep hearing the word desperation too. Desperate. Okay. Taking it in. All right. And there was one other thing that was said about the bull, right? That I think that we have to keep in our minds and in our hearts, is that the bull represents a lot of, is connected to the earth. And in the reminder that it's also part of spirit is the cranes that are flying above him. So we have heaven and earth. That what we've taken on, for those who have taken up this quest, it's going to take a while for this to play out. It might be even one of those things that's going to take months, okay? 6 months, maybe. It's going to be a while. But you got heaven and earth behind you, with you, as you're going through this. You're saying big medicine. It's big medicine. Yeah. Let's see if I can get caught up with you guys in the chat. Judy is saying words can cut like a knife. Yes. Yes. And that's why, we have to be, when we're a conscious being, when we're awake, we've woken up, right? And we're living our lives consciously. That means that we also are speaking consciously, right? And that we hopefully will choose words that, they might be strong words, right? But they're not meant to inflict. They're meant to convey a message, and hopefully from your heart. And Bobby's saying, I see a cyclone. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, make sure it's yeah. I get that one. I do. And what happens with a cyclone, right? What's the energy of a cyclone? It's very strong winds, very strong winds. And if especially if you're dreaming about a tornado or a cyclone or something like that, that's winds of change. And so if you decide to do this healing, this deep healing, there's going to be big changes coming from it, big changes. Yeah. Many people will have more access to their intuition than they've ever thought they could have. Many people will have more access to their gifts that they thought they had, and realize, oh my gosh, it's even bigger than I thought it was. Yeah. Because we're dealing with not just, a few decades. We're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And for some people, it could even be 1,000 years in that ancestral line. That's a lot of energy to move. No wonder why it feels like it could be a cyclone, right? Yeah. She's also saying, Bobby's also saying, so disruption is a perfect metaphor. Yes, it is. I believe it is. And especially in this part, to be a disruptor. Rob is saying, I'm just work distracted. What was the card? Oh, you got it. I saw you said water dragon. Rob says, but these last few days have been grappling with many ancestral demons. Yeah. Yeah. You can't ignore them, Rob. They come back around, and could be another form in what they're showing you, but the more we ignore them, the harder the lesson is, right? Yeah, that's what you call the cosmic 2x4. You don't want that. No, if you can at all avoid it, address it as soon as you can. He's saying, but these lines, oh, I'm sorry. That was repeated. There we go. Pat is saying, my feet. Oh, my feet have been buzzing with the reversed water dragon. Well, it's a good thing you're grounded, huh? Yep. Yep, you got that. And Bobby is saying, so one piece of the pie wedge is a better visual. Yes. Yeah. You know, the intention is what's most important for us to know about today and for our soul growth, right? That's the intention of the card draw. And so I believe that Spirit, this whole week and a half, has been all about this particular topic. And we're getting the same cards in repetition. Yeah, Raven has been around a couple of times. The water dragon a lot of times, horse, and and we've been told that in the integration is Spirit is going to be carrying you. You're not going to be doing this by yourself, and it's the reward at the end of the journey is going to be pretty big. Yeah, we even had fairies show up. So yeah, and look at the time. So with the information that was shared today, I know it's pretty big medicine, and if any of it, part of it, resonated with you at all, my suggestion is that you embrace it and sit with it. Bring it into your heart. Talk to your spiritual team. Ask for direction. What's my next best step? How do I do this? Yeah. And talk to them. Meditate on it. Pray about it. Yeah. And just see and watch how the energy of the day unfolds around you and where this information is helpful, right? Yeah. And if it didn't resonate with you, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all in divine timing. There's nothing to fret about, nothing to worry about. Okay. Yeah. So tonight, or actually this afternoon, in just a few minutes, Angel Therapy with Maureen Mann is going to be starting at the top of the hour. And what she's talking about are angel signs. And so, triple numbers, feathers, coins, birds, all kinds of signs that angels bring to us. That's what she's going to be talking about. And she's also doing a card draw, I think the second half of her show. So hopefully you'll be able to join us, and I'll see you in the live chat. I just have to pack everything up and head down to the house. So I might be just a minute or two late coming into the chat. And tonight is the Mystery School with Orchun and Carl Franklin. And I'll be producing their show, and so I get to have direct input on this one. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the sounds of silence and about going inward. So this might be a good piece for some people who are going on that quest, who made the decision to do that. Okay? All right. So with that, you guys, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you on Saturday, okay? I'll see you on Saturday for the card draw information. All right. Bama Mina. That's Potawatomi for until we see each other again. Love you guys.